How you doing? This is our gut check. Let me see if I can do this. Hang on. I wanted it to go the other way. How are you? Good morning, or whatever time it is where you are. YouTube is really funny. I can't get the camera orientation right. So we'll just go this way. Today's Wednesday. It is, I almost said October. It's November 13th. Lucky number 13. Already. It is a lucky number, by the way. 13 is a lucky number. I'm by the ocean, as I usually am. And a few things going on right now that I want to mention. I have a really strong feeling that we are, as a nation, we're in the thick of it when it comes to Putin, the war in Ukraine, and the Russian attack on our election again. But this time it's way more dire, with way more dire circumstances. Right now I want to tell you all that I wrote a Substack this morning. The guides are pounding on my head constantly to write, so I'm writing a lot. This morning I wrote an article. Go to my Substack, go to Annette Dion Substack, and please, please, please. I was saying it feels like a 5 swords day to you. Kind of, yeah. Please, please, please subscribe to my Substack and please leave a comment. Pretty sure the subscribe button is right there. It doesn't cost anything. Substack, Amanda, is a blog. It's an app. And if you want to be an author on Substack, you can start an account and do that. You know how to upload an app? I know, we live in these technological times and we all have to learn, right? Jean wrote to the White House. So what I'm picking up this morning, first of all, I'm picking up really strongly to pray. To pray, pray, pray. To pray. I'm trying to remember what I entitled my article. Something about, I don't know, that Putin attacked us. And this has been a public service announcement. So check that out. Make sure you hit the subscribe and make sure you hit the like and leave a comment if you can. Today, I just feel a really amped up of our military intelligence, of investigators, and I've been feeling really compelled to pray to Archangel Michael, the patron saint of law enforcement, of our military. So, yeah, not the Substack. That's if you are a quitter. I wrote that one on Sunday, but you can read them all. Yeah, you can read them all. I don't want you on my team, right? Yeah. I don't know. My guides just give me the information and I just start typing. So I've been really feeling compelled to pray to Archangel Michael for the safety of our military and the safety of our law enforcement agencies and our intelligence agencies, because they keep us safe. It's all on them at the moment. What we can do is use our minds, use our mind power, which I talked about last night. And we were together for about 40 minutes last night. Check that out if you can. We did a brief meditation at the end. I was really talking to everybody about our minds, and what we are envisioning for our country is a huge component in terms of our being proactive and making the most dire thing that could happen not happen. Okay? This is a mental health check-in, so I want to know how you're doing. If anyone's in trouble, we'll have a call made to you. I'm a little bit delayed on that, so today I have some time to put it together. Yesterday morning when I came to you, we had a whole lot of trolls. I think I had the settings for the chat set in a weird way. I don't think we'll have that today, but I might miss some of your comments. Pray to Archangel Michael to keep our military safe. Pray to whoever you pray to, and visualize that we're going to make it through, because I feel today it feels really amped up to the max. There is a great intensity building, and I'm getting these images, these memories of when I'm not saying they're going to capture Putin, but I'm just feeling really similar energy to when they circled Osama bin Laden and got him. That's a type of thing that I'm feeling is going on right now. Please hit the thumbs up while you are here. Once again, I want to remind everyone, nobody's violating my my guideline right now, but I just want to remind everyone that if there is a discouraging comment, you know, that sounds like a comment, reads like a comment of resignation, and we might as well all give up, I will immediately delete that. Yeah, like oil painter, can you please remove that or bring the energy up about that? Like, you don't really believe, but the disparity. Okay, can we, this is, maybe other people don't do this on their channels, but I do. I feel like Biden is on full tilt. You know how we get when we get afraid, when we're in a crisis, we do one of two things. We panic, or we really get crystal clear when we get our edge. Yes. Yeah, it's all good, oil painter. So let's know that Biden is on it. Let's know that we need to collapse the plan for a dictator on day one. And anybody that's having a conversation other than that is off base. Maybe literally, right? Anyone that's having any idea other than we have to stop Donald Trump from entering into the White House, anyone that's talking about, anyone who's having conversations that are conversations based around an idea that we're going to let a fascist, murderous dictator into the White House. Anybody who's having that conversation, you need to turn it off. Karen read the Steve Hassan's book, The Cult of Trump. Yeah, excellent. I recommend that to everybody. I've known about Steve Hassan since the 1990s. He wrote a book called Combating Cult Mind Control. I had a family member in a cult, so I learned a lot about, it kind of prepped me for this time to understand what's going on. So Biden has his edge right now, and I just feel like we're in a very delicate position. And the mainstream media is not talking about what's going on, which is what I talked about in the article I wrote this morning. It does have the feelings of when they circled Osama bin Laden and took him out. I'm not saying they're going to take Putin out. Oh my gosh, all of a sudden all these crows just showed up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Crows are really spiritual birds. Interesting. They're all out there. It almost feels like the NATO countries coming together. Nature speaks, right? So that's what's going on today, according to my psychic. I would even call it remote viewing. I mean, call it whatever you want, but it feels really strong. Crows are protective. Okay, that's good. They're very, very smart creatures. I'd turn the camera, but I don't think you'd be able to see them. We will triumph. We will triumph. We are the United States of America. We are the most powerful nation in the world. We have the most powerful military in the world, and that includes our military intelligence. And I want to tell you something. Putin is no match for the United States, and Vladimir Putin is weakened right now because he's used up so many of his resources on this ridiculous, stupid war because he's just stupid. Because Putin lives his entire life just wanting to do land grabs and you know, show off his chest on his bare chest on his horse like he's this, you know, man of virility and machismo. Give me a break. And I'm really shocked at how many Americans aren't aware of the heinous, heinous war crimes that he has committed against innocent humans. Not just in Ukraine, but other places. And if you remember when the war in Ukraine started, the horrifying reports we were hearing about what was going on there. That's what we're dealing with. We're dealing with an absolute monster who is using Trump and has been using Trump as his puppet. And now what we're seeing, which is interesting, yeah, Joe Biden's getting his stinger sharpened. Now what we're seeing, which I find really fascinating, I feel like I'm in a spy novel thriller movie. It's really true. That Putin is gloating and the Kremlin is humiliating Trump. And what I felt yesterday was I felt Trump being in a really strong vice grip. And I've been back and forth with Kathy Beale, our resident astrologer, about this. And astrologically, it is very much that. We are coming. Thank you for the positive things that you're putting in the chat. It really helps. So write helpful things in the chat. We are going to emerge victorious. Putin is weak. He has exhausted his resources in a huge way. It's 11:11 right now as I'm saying that. And I'm looking at the crows out the window. I did hear news that Putin has engaged North Korea, and North Korean troops are fighting, supposedly fighting Ukraine. You may have seen this. What's happening is the North Korean soldiers, a lot of the North Korean soldiers that were sent to fight Ukraine to help Putin have defected, and guess whose side they're on now? They are on Ukraine's side. That's amazing. That's amazing. Yeah, Vic is saying the parallels between the 1930s Germany and now are striking. It really is. It's like we're repeating history. Did Trump really sign off on a purge? We can look at that tonight because tonight, oh, it's 10:12. I'm talking Eastern time. It was 11:11. Because tonight, you know, tonight is we do psychic readings. Tell your friends. I'm doing good, thank you. Thank you, Adelia. I've been just following this psychically, on a continual stream. I mean, I have been for the past several years anyway, but this is just like on it all the time, every minute of every day, being tapped in, being, you know, given impressions and downloads and remote viewing and all of it, okay? And I'm here to give you hope because that's my role. Please hit the thumbs up while you're here. I hope that it's helping. Yes, the North Korean soldiers started defecting. Oh, and Claudia's saying upon arrival in Ukraine. Well, if you're living in North Korea and you have an opportunity to take the exit route, guess what you're gonna do? Boggles my brain that there are people in America that don't know who Kim Jong-un is and what his policies are. Google it. You will be chilled to the bone and horrified and terrified. Y'all are apologizing that you're late. You don't have to apologize. No worries. It's not school. You're not going to get detention. So anyway, So tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern, as usual. Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we will pull out the tarot cards and the pendulum, and we'll look at things. These 11 a.m. live streams are for moral support. So morally support everyone in the chat, like you always do, like you're all so good at. Yes, I'm happy you popped up in the feed this morning. We need to visualize. Oh, and besides, I just posted a Greg Braden video on my community page. Betty, bring it up, bring it up, bring it up. Bring up the vibe. Say something real positive. Is there a wrench here? I haven't had a problem with trolls today. I think I had it set wrong yesterday morning. So I'm doing good. Well, as far as the trolls are concerned, I'm not seeing any. So Greg Braden, I posted a talk on my community page, a YouTube of Greg Braden talking about the science of how this all works when we are using our minds to co-create our reality. It's so critically important. The Pithead, you're beautiful and I'm sorry. We just say nice things here, and if you're a troll, you can go if you're gonna say mean things. Electra Storm is saying Hakeem Jeffries will be our next Speaker of the House and Kamala our next president next year. Next year? Yeah, that's next year's right around the corner, isn't it? That's what I've always seen. It's unanimous across the board. That's what all the psychics are seeing. That's what all the astrologers are seeing. We're seeing Kamala Harris in the White House. And we've always seen Hakeem Jeffries as Speaker of the House. So now is the time that we just need to be actively, consciously engaged in visualizing it. And I'll probably do a lot of that, a lot of us visualizing together. Okay? I think the trolls might be showing up now. They got the notification. Speaking of notifications, I am going to do a pop-up with Kathy Beale, I believe, sometime tomorrow, but I'm not nailing her down to a specific time. So make sure that your notification bell is activated so that you know when we come on. Okay? So, Kalani, you can say you'd be so happy when Kamala is our next president. We can do that. Yes. We're visualizing it. We're in this together. We incarnated here together on the planet at this time. I've never mentioned this, but I felt, my whole life I felt that I was in the Holocaust and I was murdered in the Holocaust. And some of you may have been too. So, just like, our souls have like a blueprint and our souls have purposes, and, I feel like part of my work in this lifetime, unbeknownst to me, was to energetically make sure it never happens again. Thank you for the donation. Much appreciated. I'm going to start bringing my bell with me. I'm going to take a little break to tell you that to support this work, go to psychicannetdion.com. It's my new logo. psychicannetdion.com. I am offering, I keep forgetting what I called it. A session, a tranquil soul session if you need to calm down. Okay? We do whatever we can. Your soul is telling you not to give in and to fight. Excellent. That's what my soul is telling me. Because I've gotten several spirit messages, and there are various sources that I feel like souls on the other side identify in themselves, but I don't want to get into that too much. But I feel spiritual sources in the spiritual realm telling me that America has what it needs to fight back on this. Okay? So, yes. And speaking of how we're feeling, the past couple of days I have felt grounded and I have felt confident, not naively. I have felt grounded and I have felt confident, and I've felt a really strong need to tell you all to visualize what you want to see happen. Visualize Kathy this morning mentioned the John Lennon song, So This Is Christmas, that's entitled War Is Over, that song was popping into her head. Imagine the war over. Imagine Donald Trump in prison. I know that people are asking about what's going to happen with Joe Biden inviting him into the White House today. Don't think that that's what it looks like. Just driving here to this little park area, I got the message, things are not what they seem. Things are not what they seem, okay? So, Joe, why are you feeling betrayed and attacked? I don't understand. Is there a troll? Because we have troll slayers. There's a very, very, very strong rule here on my channel. We only support and uplift. We don't complain. We don't bully. We don't do any of that. One of the things that Greg Braden was talking about on the video that I mentioned, that I did post on my community page, is meeting a Tibetan monk, like one of the leaders of a monastery, and asking him what this is all about, what this human existence is all about. And all the monk kept saying is compassion. So I know it's not going to be easy, but we have to either go neutral. This is my sense of energy. You know, we have to either go neutral with our feelings and not be just furious at the Trumpsters. Forgive them, for they know not what they do. If they knew. Thank you, Kalani. Much appreciate. They don't know what they're doing. These Trumpsters don't know what they're doing. But what they're finding out right now is all that hatred and vitriol that they directed at us really for no reason. Because we want democracy. Because we want to remain a free country. All that hatred and resentment and vitriol is now smacking them back in the face. There's no way that it isn't. When they find out that they're going to lose their jobs, their prices on products will go up by 20%. And I'm not saying will, like Trump is going to have all this power, but that's what they're looking at. They will lose jobs. They will lose their money that they've invested. They will lose Social Security and Medicare. And I don't mean will like it's going to happen. I mean, that's what's in Project 2025. Project 2025 strips us of everything. Not just a few things, everything. Yeah, forgive them, for they know not what they do. And that's just to bring us into a place where we can vibrate at a higher frequency vibration that is closer to the love that will heal the world. All right? Sometimes I marvel that I'm here on the world, on the planet, in the world at this time. I just marvel. It's just incredible. I don't want to see it as a great, like, oh, my life is so stressful. This is terrible. I don't want to see it that way, and I don't see it that way. Marge is optimistic. Yes, I woke up feeling our military intelligence is on it. We are in a very precarious place right now. And in all seriousness, we really have to pray. We're in that time. Remember after 9/11? It's very, very similar energy where we didn't know. I remember that time vividly. I was calling community together. I was being called upon to bring community together to keep people calm and to keep us meditating. I mean, this has been going on for a long time, me playing this kind of a role. And it's an honor and it's a privilege to be with you, playing that role. On the one hand, we have what Kamala Harris was talking about. Our meditation last night, we went into meditation at the end of the video from last night, and I had us all visualize and remember the emotional energy, the feeling that we had when we saw her on the ellipse with those 100,000 people. All the positivity, all the wonderful human beings, and to just kind of bring up that emotional energy and mentally place it in the White House and in the Capitol. We've got this, people. And Charlie is saying, stop watching the news. I wrote about that in my Substack today. The mainstream media has been complicit. The mainstream media has been given the nod to an oligarchy and has been hiding. It's sinful. It's criminal. Has been withholding all of this information, even the information about Putin right now taunting Trump. The mainstream media has hidden this information from the American public. They have fooled the American public because they know full well the mainstream media for decades was a fairly reliable source of news. And about 10 years ago, that started to really morph into something else. Whack-a-troll, whack-a-troll. But right now, today, it's critically important because I'm just going to say, according to what I know psychically, I call them psychic facts. There are people that are, because they love this country so much, that are putting themselves in dangerous conditions. Because, I mean, think about a Navy SEAL, right? That's what they do. They go into situations. Think about the guys that rounded up, got around Osama bin Laden or Saddam Hussein. They're fearless warriors that will give their lives to save our country. And we are in that kind of a moment right now. So we will pray, 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 pray. I want to encourage everybody to call your representatives in the state that you live in, and in other states, call everybody. And I think it's wonderful that we have so many Grassroots of Democracy type organizations. Ours is called Grassroots of Democracy. Thank you for whacking the trolls. I'm going to come on tomorrow night to talk about what we can do as Grassroots of Democracy. But what my point is that there are hundreds of organizations that popped up because of Donald Trump in support of our democracy. Don't talk to anyone that's saying, oh, Trump won. Because he did not, for one thing. Oh, you rewatched the roll call of the DNC this morning. What a wonderful idea. Then send your daily emails to representatives and governors. Tomorrow night, we'll have a group meeting like this where we talk about what we're going to do moving into the next several days. Yes. Don't beg, ask and leave it knowing when you pray as though it's already done like we always do. Now, before I sign off this morning, does anybody need any help personally? Because I will have time this afternoon to go to look up in my emails who asked for help. And please restrict your request for help to if you really are having suicidal ideation. We'll provide you with the suicide hotline number and we'll chat just for 10 minutes. Marge needs prayers, so we can do that here. Send prayers to Marge. Prayers work. Okay. I don't really understand what you're saying there, Rabia. It's okay. I don't have to understand everything. So, are you all good? Are you all okay? And please know that in order to continue the operating this resistance machine, I want to be able to ask for you to help me to help you. And that includes, thank you for joining, becoming a member. I'm remiss on some things right now. I just want you to know I haven't been sending out the daily affirmations, but we're getting there. We're getting there. I'm getting there. I really need for people to book sessions. I'm offering some strange comments in the chat. I'm offering a Tranquil Soul session. That's a half an hour for $50. New client special, $60 to get a reading, a short reading, and spiritual life coaching and all the rest. And you can also look at Church of Spirituality, any one of our past videos under the lives, If you need upliftment, it's there. There's also a long prayer it's an affirmative prayer for healing in the United States. Okay? So really wonderful to be with you as always. I will come back tonight as per usual for Psychic News Network. Tell your friends. Please hit the thumbs up. Please subscribe if you're not already subscribed, because the more support that I get, the more I can do this. All right? I love you guys. Keep breathing deeply and keep visualizing what it is that you want to see happen. You can go to the end of last night's video, and that's where we had a little visualization exercise at the end of that video. All right. We're praying for one another too, and thank you for your testimonials. All right. Yes, you found the latest Substack. Go to my Substack and read it, and please subscribe. I love you so much, or I wouldn't be here. And thank you for all your love and support. All right. We'll see you tonight. Namaste.